Good morning. Good morning to you all. I am P. Dikshit Reddy, working as lecturer in EC department in Government Polytechnic Padum in Secunderabad. As part of online classes, I am preparing the online classes for electronic devices and circuit subject. This is a basic subject and which is important subject as part of our branch. Okay, I just started this subject in previous video. I just gave a brief introduction to my subject as well as I gave a basic classification of different amplifiers, and also I have revised the previous few topics. In today's class, I would like to start my actual syllabus or actual content of the subject. Okay, today I'm going to explain about multi-stage amplifiers as well as an important circuit known as two-stage RC coupled amplifier, which is one of the multi-stage amplifiers. Now let us start our class. Today I'm going to explain first what do you mean by multi-stage amplifier, what is the need of a multi-stage amplifier, what are typical drawbacks of single-stage amplifiers or regular amplifiers. Then I'm going to explain different types of multi-stage amplifier based on the connection. Okay, what are materials we are using based on that. There are different types of multi-stage amplifier. I'm going to explain few of them. Then I'm going to explain the classification of multi-stage amplifier based on the coupling. Okay, what type of couplings are there and what are their classification. Then I'm going to explain the frequency response. What do you mean by frequency response? What are the parameters to be studied in a frequency response, etc., etc., in a multi-stage amplifier. Then I'm going to explain about the parameters. The parameters are characteristics which has to be seen in a multi-stage amplifier, which has to be verified in a multi-stage amplifier. I'm going to explain what are the parameters to be studied in a multi-stage amplifier. Then I'm going to explain the advantages and applications of multi-stage amplifiers over the ordinary simple amplifiers. Then I'm going to I'm going to explain about the two-stage RC coupled multi-stage amplifier, which is a practical amplifier. I'm going to explain in detail both construction as well as operation of the two-stage multi-stage amplifier. These are the topics I'm going to explain in today's class. Now let us see what it means multi-stage amplifier. The power gain, otherwise voltage gain, can be achieved by a single amplifier, that is ordinary amplifier, but this gain is not sufficient to drive higher loads. Because the amplification or the amplified gain is not sufficient. Sometimes it may not be sufficient as per the requirements. In those cases, a simple single stage amplifier cannot be used. For that, we have to use a multi-stage amplifier. Okay, what is the advantage? I will say later on. But to get higher and higher gains, to get higher and higher power, we should go for the multi-stage amplifier. Okay, these kind of amplified multi-stage amplifier. In this amplifier, the first stage output. What is multi-stage amplifier? The amplifier in which the first stage output is connected as input to the second stage. Is connected as input to the second stage. Such type of connection known as cascading connection. And the amplifier is said to be cascaded. Okay, what do you mean by cascade? Cascade nothing but if there are more than two amplifiers, the output of first stage is connected as input to the second stage or driving input to the second stage, and output of second stage is connected as input to the third stage, and so on. Such type of connections are known as cascade connections. That is, one stage of output is going to act as input to the next stage. That is, whatever the gain that is obtained in the first stage will now act as the input of second stage. Therefore, the second stage will further increase the gain of the original signal. That's why multi-stage amplifier, it has more gain. Okay, you can see in this diagram, I'm here using a N-stage multi-stage amplifier. The input is applied at the first stage of the first base of the first transistor, and output is taken across the last stage output. Okay, in intermediate there are intermediate outputs, but those intermediate outputs are again going to act as the input to the corresponding next stages of trans amplifiers. And they are not available as outputs. They are not available externally. They are only intermediate outputs which are going to fed as input to the next stages. This is about the multi-stage amplifier. Okay, what is the advantage of multi-stage amplifier? We can see the whatever gain that is obtained in the first stage will now act as input to the second stage. Therefore, the amplifier version is going to act as input to the second stage, and the second stage will further amplify the amplifier version. Thereby, gain will be increased in comparison to the single-stage amplifiers. Therefore, multi-stage amplifiers are used in applications where gain is to be very, very high. Okay. Now let us see types of multi-stage amplifier. In amplifier, cascading is done to achieve correct input and output impedances. The cascading also used to set or correct the input as well as outputs impedances for impedance matching purpose. Depending upon the type of amplifier used in individual stages, multi-stage amplifier are of several types. The classification is based on two types. What are the type of amplifier used? That is one type of classification. And what is the coupling element used on that? The another category of amplifiers. Now let us see first what type of amplifiers, what of transistors are used. Based on that, multi-stage amplifiers are classified into two categories. They are cascade amplifiers as well as cascode amplifiers. In cascade amplifier, in multi-stage amplifier using two or more single-stage common emitter amplifiers are known as cascade amplifiers. The amplifiers in which simple single CE is used. Okay, all the stages are occupied with this common emitter configuration itself. Only CE is used. Such type of multi-stage amplifiers are known as cascade amplifiers. In this, only CEs are used. Whereas in cascode amplifiers, the first stage amplifier is the common emitter configuration, where the second stage will be the common base configuration. In cascode, the input, the first stage will be the common emitter configuration, and the second stage will be the common base configuration. Okay, in these amplifiers, it only consists of two stages, and the first stage is a common emitter and the second stage of common base configuration. These type of amplifiers are used in RF amplifiers. They are mostly preferred in RF amplifiers where the frequency of operation is very, very large. Okay, this is about the type of amplifier based on type of configuration used. That is cascade as well as cascode. In cascade, only CE amplifiers are used. In cascode, both CE followed by a CB is used. Now let us see what is the need of coupling. Okay, I am here showing a simple diagram of a two-stage amplifier with coupling device. Okay, the overall gain of two-stage amplifier is AB is equal to AB1 into AB2. It is a theoretical value, practical there is lesser gain, but theoretically the overall gain is equal to AB is equal to AB first gain into second transistor gain. That is V2 by V1 into V0 by V2. V2 will get cancelled. Therefore, V0 by V1. It is V0 by, sorry. Here it is V0 by Vin. Okay. You can see here. Where AV is equal to overall gain, AVN is equal to voltage gain of first stage, AV2 is the voltage gain of second stage. For an n-stage amplifier, if there are n stages of amplifier, the overall gain of the amplifier is nothing but product of voltage gains of n individual amplifiers. Okay, if there are two, it is AV1 into AV2. If there are four multi-stage amplifiers, the overall gain is equal to AV1 into AV2 into AV3 into AV4. Like that, if there are n transistors, the overall gain is equal to AV1 into AV2 into AV3 into AV4 and so on, n. N such amplifiers are present. Okay, purpose of coupling devices. Now let us see what is the need of coupling. Okay, first what is mean by coupling? Coupling is nothing but a passive network consisting of passive elements like resistors, capacitors, as well as inductors, which are used to as intermediate between the two stages of amplifiers. That is going to couple one stage of output as input to the next stage. Okay. The main purpose of coupling is to provide the following condition. The purpose of coupling device is to transfer the DC from one stage, output of first stage, to the input of next stage. So our purpose of the coupling element is to transfer the AC component from the output of first stage to the input of the second stage. That is complete AC, which is to be amplified, should be processed from first stage to the second stage. And as well as the purpose of coupling device is also to block the DC. It is to block the DC to pass from the output of one stage to the input of next stage. To block the DC to pass from the output of one stage to the input of the next stage, which means to isolate the DC conditions. Here the coupling device has two purposes. First purpose is to simply couple only the AC component from first stage output to the next stage input. And second purpose is to block the DC. If any DC is present, to block the DC from entering from one stage to the other stage. Thereby, it will ensure the stability of the overall circuit. We know that DC biasing is required to maintain the Q point stable, that operating point stable, to remove the distortions. If the DC is not blocked from one stage to other stage, the overall output will not be proper and distortions may be occurs. To avoid this problem, the coupling element will block the DC from one stage to the other stage. That is the need of coupling elements. Generally, the multi-stage amplifiers are classified based on the coupling elements. What type of coupling network we are using the multi-stage amplifiers are categorized into 3 to 4 categories. And they are, first one is RC coupled multi-stage amplifiers. Second one, transformer coupled multi-stage amplifier. Third one, diode coupled multi-stage amplifiers. And there are sometimes LC coupled multi-stage amplifiers. Okay, the first three comes under the audio frequency amplifiers, whereas the LC comes under the radio frequency multi-stage amplifiers. So I won't go into LC, I will discuss only the audio frequency, that is RC coupled multi-stage amplifier, transformer coupled multi-stage amplifier, and diode coupled amplifier. Okay, we already know that what we mean by coupling. Coupling nothing but intermediate circuit consists of passive elements, which will pass the signal from one stage to the other stage. Okay, here see, based on the what type of passive element, there are three categories. That is RC coupled. In RC coupled amplifier, the passive, the coupling network consists of resistors, and capacitors. Okay. In transfer coupled amplifiers, the coupling network consists of inductor or transformer and resistors. Where in direct coupled amplifier, there are no any capacitors or inductor. If direct resistors to resistor, the signal is connected. Okay. These are the three types of coupling network that are used in multi-stage amplifiers. We will discuss in detail about each and every such type of multi-stage amplifier, both operation, construction, operation, frequency response, advantage, disadvantage, everything will be covered in later on classes. Now let us see first in detail explanation about the multi-stage amplifiers only. Let us confirm to that level only. Now let us see the multi-stage amplifier frequency response. Okay. Till now we have covered what you mean multi-stage amplifier, what is the need of multi-stage amplifier, what you mean by cascading connection, what are types of multi-stage amplifier based on amplifiers. Then we have seen classification of multi-stage amplifiers based on coupling network, and we also seen the what you mean by coupling network, what is the need of a coupling network. Now let us see the frequency response of a multi-stage amplifier. Before seeing the frequency response of multi-stage amplifier, let me define what is a frequency response. The frequency response of any device is nothing but the output voltage or the output voltage of a signal with respect to different frequencies of the input signal. Okay. For this purpose, the input is applied with different frequencies of the same voltage, input voltage, and the output is taken. Or it also known as the frequency response. It is the frequency response is also defined as the variation of gain. It is a graph plotted between the gain of the amplifier with respect to frequency. The gain of the amplifier with respect to frequency is also known as frequency response. In our amplifiers, the frequency response is divided into three categories. The frequency response graph is divided into three parts, and the three parts are high frequency range, mid frequency range, and low frequency range. Based on what type of frequency or the region in which the frequency is, the gain is drawn, there are three frequency regions, that is high frequency range, mid frequency range, low frequency range. In our study, in our different multi-stage amplifiers, I am going to discuss in detail what happening to that amplifier in different frequency ranges. I am going to explain in detail about all these three regions later on. These are the frequency responses of the multi-stage amplifiers. Now let us see the parameters that is to be studied or that is to be kept into mind while designing a multi-stage amplifier. What we have to get, what are the optimum conditions we have to obtain from a multi-stage amplifier. In general analysis of multi-stage amplifier, we need to find out different parameters. First parameter is voltage gain. Voltage of multi-stage amplifier is equal to product of voltage gains of individual amplifier. We already said that the voltage gain of multi-stage amplifiers is equal to product of individual voltage gains. Next, current gain. Current gain of multi-stage amplifiers is also equal to the product of current gain of individual stages. Okay. And next parameter, the input impedance of multi-stage amplifier. It is important. The input impedance of multi-stage amplifier is the impedance of the first stage, input impedance of the first stage amplifier. It is the input impedance of the first stage amplifier. Therefore, to get a proper response, to get the impedance matching, the first stage input impedance is most important. Okay, it should be as per our requirements. And the output impedance of the multi-stage amplifier is equal to the output impedance of last stage amplifier. It is the output impedance of last stage amplifier. output impedance of last stage amplifier. Impedance, input impedance of the first stage amplifier, and the output impedance, it is the impedance of output impedance. It is the output impedance of last stage amplifier. Therefore, the voltage gain mainly depends on all the amplifiers. The current gain also depends on all the amplifiers, but the input and output impedance depends only on the first stage input impedance as well as last stage output impedance. Okay, these are the parameters we have to look while designing a multi-stage amplifiers, because these are the parameters that is to be obtained from the overall circuit. Therefore, these are the important parameters. Now let us see the advantages and application of multi-stage amplifiers. The main advantage of multi-stage amplifier is that it has high voltage gain and current gain. One advantage is that it can have high voltage gain and current gain as per requirements. Whatever the voltage gain I require, I can construct to a multi-stage amplifier. As there is a flexibility in input and output impedance. If you use a single-stage amplifier, the single-stage input impedance will act as input impedance, and its output impedance will act as the output impedance. Where multi-stage amplifier, since I am using multiple amplifiers, I have a flexibility of getting any input impedance or output impedance as per the requirement, simply by changing the transistor, which is not possible in single stage amplifier. As well as I can get any desired output gain. In single stage, it is fixed. It is characteristics of the transistor and its circuit elements. Whereas in multi-stage amplifier, I have a flexibility to change multiple amplifiers, to connect multiple amplifiers. Therefore, I can increase or decrease my overall gain. That is the main advantage. By using multi-stage amplifier, I will get more flexibility in the design of the amplifier. What are the applications of multi-stage amplifier? It can be used to increase extremely weak signal to utilizable level. By using multi-stage amplifier, I even increase extremely weak signal to desirable levels or utilizable levels. The distortion can be reduced by changing the signal within the stages. In multi-stage amplifier, I can reduce the distortion simply by changing the signal within the stages. Within the signals also, due to the coupling network concept, I can reduce the distortion. At present, any electronic device can process digital or analog electrical signal, including a multi-stage amplifier. Okay, these are the advantages and applications of multi-stage amplifier. Okay, still now we have covered what you mean multi-stage amplifier, what are the needs, what are the classifications, what are the parameters, what are the frequency response of a multi-stage amplifier, and we discussed about the advantages and applications of multi-stage amplifier. Now let us see one by one each multi-stage amplifier. Starting with RC coupled amplifier. I'm not in this class. I'm going to explain about the RC coupled amplifier. That is two-stage RC coupled multi amplifier. Okay, you can see here I'm using a two-stage multi-stage amplifier. You can see if you draw a green line here, the green line will divide both multi-stage amplifiers into two parts, first stage and second stage. If you see individual stages, the first stage is nothing but, you can see there R1, R2, which is going to act as potential divider, RE, RC, and coupling capacitors. Therefore, can I conclude like this? The individual stage, the first stage will going to act as cell bias circuit. It is going to act as a cell bias circuit. As well, if you see the second stage also, even in second stage, the CC capacitor is going to act as the input capacitor. Here also there is R1, R2, RC, RE. Therefore, the second stage is also one of the cell bias circuit itself or potential divider circuit. Okay, therefore in multi-stage amplifiers, each stage is nothing but a cell bias circuit, which I explained in previous video. You can see here. The input is applied at the input base of the Q1 transistor. The Q1 will go into amplify the signal, and amplify signal will apply across RC as well as CC capacitor. The CC capacitor will allow only AC signal, and this AC signal will applied as input to the second stage. The input to the second stage is nothing but amplified version of the incoming signal. Therefore, this amplified signal is further amplified in the second stage, and the final output is obtained at the second stage. Now let us see each and every individual element. The construction list of two-stage. Basically, I'm showing a two-stage amplifier with the RC, R and C as a coupling network. Therefore, it is known as two-stage RC coupled amplifier. The constructional details of a two-stage RC coupled amplifier is as shown in the figure. The two-stage amplifier circuit has two transistors connected in CE configuration and with a common power supply VCC. I am using a single power supply VCC, which is going to provide the DC voltages for both the transistors. Okay, the two transistors also in potential divider configuration, that is cell bias circuit. The potential divider R1, R2 and the resistor RE. R1, R2 and RE form the biasing and stability network. These three elements are going to form the biasing as well as stability network. The emitter bypass capacitor C offers a low resistance reactant path to the AC signal. Low reactant path to the AC signal. Therefore, overall gain or overall output of the amplifier will not be reduced. Okay, and this capacitor is a bypass capacitor. The Cin capacitor will allow only the AC input signal. It's going to allow only AC input signal into the transistor. It does not allow any DC signal. Also, it does not allow DC voltages that developed in R1, R2 into the input signal. Therefore, it will provide the DC isolation between input and the amplifier circuit. Similarly, the coupling capacitor, the CC capacitor, is going to act as couple. This is going to send the output of first stage. The AC component output of the first stage is connected to the input of the second stage using a coupling capacitor. This coupling capacitor will ensure that only AC from the first stage is connected to the input of the second stage, and is done. Thus, it will block the DC content from the first stage to second stage or second stage to first stage. Thereby, it's going to provide the DC isolation between the two stages. Yes, and the last, the resistor RL is used as load impedance. The input capacitor is present at the input stage of the amplifier, couples AC signal to the base of the transistor. The capacitor, coupling capacitor CC, the coupling capacitor that connects two stages and prevent the DC interference between the stages and control the shift of the operating point. Thereby, it will stabilize or control the operating point. Okay. This is circuit diagram. The circuit diagram is very simple and very important diagram also. You can see whatever input signal that is applied at the first base of the first transistor is getting amplified, and we are getting in the amplifier mode. But one significant importance is that between the input and output, there is a 180-degree phase shift. If your input is positive, output is negative, and if input is negative, output is positive. Therefore, we already even seen this in cell bias. In cell bias, the output is out of phase with respect to input by 180 degrees. Therefore, by using a single stage amplifier, the output is 180 degrees out of phase with respect to input signal. And this out of phase signal is applied as input to the second stage. And the second stage is also same cell bias circuit. Therefore, whatever the input is applied, here the output will be 180 degrees out of phase with respect to the input signal. Therefore, If you apply negative off cycle, output is going to get the positive off cycle. And if you apply the positive off cycle, the output is going to be negative off cycle. Therefore, the first transistor is going to offer 180-degree phase shift, as well as second transistor is also going to offer 180 degrees phase shift. The overall phase shift is 180 plus 180, that is equal to 360 degrees. 360 nothing but again 0 degrees. Therefore, if we use a two-stage multi-stage amplifier, two-stage cell bias circuit and multi-stage amplifier, the phase difference between the output and the input is 0 or 360 degrees. That is, output waveform is same as my input waveform. This is one more advantage of multi-stage amplifier. Okay. Now let us see here. The resistors R1, R2 form the biasing network, while the emitter resistor form the stability network. We already seen that. Here the C is also a bypass capacitor which passes only AC while restricting DC. Okay, the AC signal will pass through this, thereby the negative feedback is reduced. Since negative feedback is reduced, the overall gain of the circuit will be more, while causing only DC voltage to drop across RE, while the entire AC signal will be coupled to the input. That is, it is going to reduce the negative feedback for the AC signal. For the coupling capacitor, CC also increases the stability of the circuit as it blocks the DC while offering low resistance path. Block the DC while off with high resistive path, and it's going to allow only low resistance path to the AC signal, thereby preventing DC bias conditions of one stage affecting the other stage. Therefore, it's going to ensure the stability of the circuit. Now let us see the operation. The input signal applied at the base of the transistor in stage 1 is amplified and appears at its collector terminal with a phase difference of 180 degrees. The AC component of this circuit is coupled to the second stage of the RC coupled amplifier through the coupling capacitor CC, and thus appears at the input at the base of the second transistor. This is further amplified and is passed on as an output of the second stage and is available at the collector terminal of Q2. After being shifted by 180 degrees in its phase. This means that output of the second stage will be 180 degrees out of phase with respect to the input, which I already said that as input, which in turn indicate the phase of the input signal and phase of the output signal obtained at the stage 2 will be the identical, that both signals are identical. Further, it is noticed that the cascading of individual amplifier stages increase the gain of the overall circuit, as the net gain will be product of gain offered by the individual stages. However, in real scenario, the net gain will be significantly less than this due to the loading effect. Now let me see what you mean by loading effect. Okay, you can see here what you mean by loading effect. Due to the connection of two different networks, the resistance of the output resistance of first stage may not be equal to the output of the input of the second stage. Or suppose if we use it as voltage amplifier, in voltage amplifier, the output resistance of signal as well as input of the second device are connected in series. Since they are connected in series, we know that in series voltage will be divided. Therefore, what is the voltage that appears developed across the first stage should go through both output impedance of first stage as well as input impedance of the second stage. If input impedance of second stage is very large, then no problem, maximum portion of the voltage will appear across the second stage and a negligible amount will appear across the first stage. But if it is reverse, that is, if input impedance of second stage is very low or is equal or identical to the first stage, then half portion or maximum portion of the voltage that is generated in the first amplifier will simply appear across the output impedance of the first stage itself. Okay, what are the voltage developed that simply appears across the output of the first stage output resistance of the first stage itself. It will not be passed on to the next stage. Are you getting the point here? Whatever the voltage that appears across this will appear across here itself, will not enter into the second stage. If second stage input impedance is low. And this effect is known as loading effect. The loading will not take place. Some portion of will be retained in the first stage itself. This is due to low impedance of the second stage. Okay. Therefore, suppose if I generated a gain of 100 in first stage, and due to loading effect, if both impedances are equal, only 50% is connected to the second stage due to impedance mismatching or due to loading effect. Therefore, instead of getting 100%, I'm getting only 50%. Therefore, overall gain also reduced by 50%. This is nothing but the loading effect. What is the major drawback of the RC coupled amplifier is its impedance mismatch, and due to which loading effect is more in RC coupled amplifier. If loading effect is more, the overall gain of the amplifier is also, multi-stage amplifier is also is going to reduce. Okay, this is about the RC coupled amplifier. Okay, the main drawback of RC coupled amplifier is loading effect. If loading effect is more, the overall gain is very, very less. Okay, the loading effect can be overcome by different configurations. That is transformer coupled or direct coupled, which I am going to explain in the later on classes. Okay, but now I will explain only RC coupled here. You see here. For suppose instead of two-stage amplifier, if I go for three-stage amplifier, then the overall gain, the circuit will be same as it is. Now the out C0, instead of C0, I am going to use CC2 or CC1, which is now again going to act as a coupling capacitor, and the same cell by circuit is going to repeat itself again once, another time. Okay, therefore it's going to convert as three-stage amplifier. In your exam, you may get a two-stage amplifier, a three-stage, or four-stage. Whatever the stages, the circuit is simple. The circuit is going to multiply itself n number of times according to requirements. With three stage, the same first stage is going to repeat itself for 3 times. If it's 5 stage, it is going to repeat for the 5 stage. This is how the overall circuit is designed. The circuit is not complicated, and the formula for the overall gain is also AV is equal to for any stage amplifier is AV1 into AV2 into AV3 into so on AVN. Depending on number of stages, the gain will be present. Okay. Now let us see. Let me revise the topics once again, briefly. First, we have seen what is a multi-stage amplifier. What is a multi-stage amplifier? The circuit in which there are more than 2 amplifiers are known as multi-stage amplifier. Examples of multi-stage amplifiers are based on coupling network. There are RC coupled, transformer coupled, and direct coupled. Okay, types of multi-stage amplifier based on what type of configuration we are using or what type of transistors we are using. The multi-stage amplifiers are divided into cascade amplifiers as well as cascade amplifiers. In cascade amplifiers, all the stages are connected by using CE amplifier, common emitter amplifier itself. There are no another type of transistors. When in cascade connection, it is two-stage amplifier in which the first stage is CE amplifier and in second stage is CB, common base configuration. Okay, then we have seen what is it? Coupling. Coupling nothing but it is a connection between the, it is intimate connection between the two stages of amplifier. The main purpose of coupling network is to allow only a signal from one stage to other stage, and it should block DC content from one stage to other stage. Thereby, it will going to ensure the stability or operating point of the all the stages. The coupling network basically consists of a simple passive network consisting of resistors, capacitors, or inductors. Based on this only, there are different types of multi-stage amplifiers. Then we have seen the frequency response of a multi-stage amplifier. What you mean frequency? It is a graph plotted between the gain of the amplifier with respect to input frequency signal. Okay, it is the output of the circuit for a constant input voltage and for different input frequencies. Okay, both are same. The frequency response of multi-stage amplifier is classified into three categories. That is high frequency range, mid frequency range, and lower frequency range. For different amplifiers, this frequency response will be different according to the circuit, and I'll explain them when they are when the circuits are dealt. Then we have seen what are the parameters that has to be looked or that have to be calculated in a multi-stage amplifier. And the parameters are the voltage gain of the multi-stage amplifier is equal to product of individual gains, and the current gain of the multi-stage amplifier is equal to the product of the individual current gains, and the output impedance of the multi-stage amplifier is nothing but the output resistance, output impedance of the final stage amplifier, and the input impedance of the multi-stage amplifier is equal to the input impedance of the first stage amplifier. The input impedance and output impedance are most important because due to these two parameters only, the loading effect will be decided. And we have seen even the what is mean by loading effect. What is mean loading effect? Loading effect is the phenomena in which there is an impedance mismatch, and if output of one stage is very less or equal to the previous stage value, then the complete signal cannot be transformed from the one stage to the other stage. A portion will be retained in the circuit itself, and this phenomenon is known as loading effect, and this occurs due to impedance mismatch. Ideally, to avoid the loading effect for any circuit, the impedance must be the input impedance should be as high as possible, and the output impedance should be as low as possible. If we maintain these two conditions, we can minimize the loading effect. Then we have seen the two-stage RC coupled amplifier in detail, both circuit diagram as well as operation. The circuit diagram consists of a cell-biased circuit repeating itself. In that, we have explained each and every element. What is the purpose of RE? What is the purpose of R1, R2? They will provide the biasing conditions as well as stability. And we have seen the purpose of CC. It is going to act as coupling capacitor. It is going to connect the output of first stage as input to the second stage, and it is going to allow only the AC component of the first stage, and it is going to block the DC component of one stage to the other stage. This is about today's class. I hope I explained in detail. Still, if you have any doubt, please write to my mail ID. My mail ID dikshit.elations@gmail.com. I would happy to explain whatever doubts you have raised as early as possible. Thank you for your patience listening. Have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you very much. By this, I would like to close today's session. Be safe. Have a nice day.